first episode. Are you excited?
I'm very excited, man. I'm very excited. Shall we begin?
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead.
In gaming news this week, CupHead released a few days ago and has rocked the gaming world.
Finally.
It's been top on Twitch the past couple days. For those of you who don't know what it is, it's basically a mix between Mega Man and Mickey Mouse. It's a side-scrolling boss fight style game that was all the animations were completely hand-drawn in 1930s style, which is super cool.
Were they hand animated?
Yeah, they were hand animated.
Oh, nice. So we should be expecting a lot of like really smooth transitions and animation, like overall.
Yeah, it's just really pretty to play the game. It's not like the game is extremely difficult, but just the fact that the music is so good and the game itself looks so good makes it a little less frustrating.
Fantastic. I can't wait to play it because that's what we're going to be doing for this episode, right?
Yeah, we're going to be playing it later.
Fantastic. All right, so what's up next?
Divinity Original Sin 2 also released recently. It has overwhelmingly positive reviews currently on Steam. It's an RPG similar to Pillars of Eternity.
What makes it different than any other RPG?
This one you can play with your friends. You can play in a group of 4. So where most RPGs are you alone controlling your party by yourself, this one you can play with up to, I think, 4 people and interact with each other. And from the gameplay that I've seen, it seems like it's extremely fun.
Okay, so instead of like Dragon Age Inquisition or Mass Effect, like any of those RPGs, you can have more party-based, party-based fun and have more interactions with the world in an RPG environment.
Yep. The game also looks really good. It's got really good graphics.
It's all about graphics nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah. And gameplay.
Yeah, and gameplay. Always with the gameplay. And that's what we're here to talk about. All right, and speaking of RPGs, this one I'm very excited about. This is, well, not quite, but okay, I like Batman. I mean, flat out, I like Batman, and Telltale's Batman Season 2 looks to be pretty excellent. The second episode just got released, and it's already setting up a lot of classic characters like Bane, Harley Quinn, and a bunch of other familiar faces into this very political yet very close environment and story, which I am very excited for with Telltale to continue expanding, especially with the ending of that episode. So look forward to that, Batheads. Look forward to that.
I never actually played the Batman one, but I was a big fan of Tales from the Borderlands and The Wolf Among Us.
Yes, same here. I was able to play the Tales from the Borderlands, and it was freaking hilarious. I laughed so hard during Reese and Handsome Jack's interactions. Oh man, I'm just glad that we were able to get a great ending out of that game.
Yeah.
I have yet to play The Wolf Among Us though.
That's my favorite Telltale game.
I don't doubt it. Personally, I'm more The Walking Dead because I want to have, my feelings ripped out from my chest. Yeah.
Clementine.
Yeah. She's my girl. All right, moving on from that, we have Battle Chasers Night War. Speaking of RPGs, this one I've been really excited for. This is based off a very old 90s cartoon. Well, like a 90s comic book, which has beautiful art, and then the artist from that became the creative director of a very small gaming company, which in turn took about not 90 years, but a long time to develop the Battle Chasers video game, which had to be an RPG of some kind, and now that's finally released to a lot of Kickstarter backers and a very ravenous audience. I have to say, just looking at the artwork and looking at all of the gameplay, it lives up to the hype, honestly. It's very tight gameplay mechanics, and it also has not that great story overall, but it's focused. That's what I want to see in my video games. A focused story that starts from point A to point B and then is pretty much there and you get to experience all of that. That's what I like to see. It's also a dungeon crawler too, so if you want to go through a lot of interactive dungeons, that's what you want to do. So there's that. That's all for gaming news and new releases. Stick around after the commercial break. We'll be right back with CupHead, and we're actually going to be playing it.
And we'll be joined by a member of our HomeScreen team, Josh.
Yeah, so stick around. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to HomeScreen. We're joined by Josh from our staff. How's it going, Josh?
It's going pretty good, guys.
Yeah.
I've been excited about CupHead for a long, long time, and I'm so glad it's finally out.
I don't doubt. I've been excited for it too. I mean, it's looking to be a very interesting game, and now we actually have it in the basement.
Yeah, I can see
we're
that.
actually gonna play a couple of rounds and see like what our prior reactions are gonna be about. So let's get started, shall we?
Yeah, sure.
Johan, you want to join?
Well, actually, let's see what the actual gameplay is in the first
Single player.
single player. Yeah, that's the word.
Pressure's on me.
Yeah, so it's all on you, and we can just share the controller all around.
All right,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Hey,
This game, it does though have a cooperative mode that it's kind of notorious for. It's local only. It kind of brings back the generation of couch gaming, and a lot of people really enjoyed that. But they're also looking for multiplayer options.
yeah, definitely. It's more fun when you're suffering together with friends.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and even though this is, I gotta say, this is a very beautiful, like aesthetically pleasing game.
Oh yeah.
Like right now, we're playing against the Cagney Carnation in the Flower Fury, and already we're seeing a lot of the animation and a little bit of the difficulties about going on. As you can see, there's a lot of tracking and missiles, and you gotta be really careful about what you're looking at.
Yeah, for sure. And I know Ethan touched on this earlier, but the game was, like he said, hand-drawn, so it's visually a masterpiece. And he also mentioned the music, which was choreographed and performed within a studio just for this game. It's all just jazz that was really well composed. And I think those nice touches definitely add on to the already masterful gameplay that is CupHead. Because its controls are just intact completely, and you never feel like blaming the game for something. It's always on you.
Definitely. And besides, it has a lot of pinpoint accuracy when it comes to platforming, and that's what I like in my platformers. Although I didn't enjoy it in Crash Bandicoot though,
Okay.
because then again it was like you have to be precise, but then again you don't have to be that precise when it comes to your platformers. But with CupHead, it definitely feels like everything has to be pitch perfect when it comes to making sure that you're firing, but also making sure that you're also making sure that you're actually staying alive throughout the process. And that's kind of what I like about CupHead too. Yeah.
I know I've been playing this game since its release, and I can honestly say I'm happy that I spent $20 on this, and never before in my life have I ever paid $20 to be beaten up multiple times and enjoyed it, because really that's what this game does. It takes all of your excitement for it and it pushes it to the limit as it kind of like stresses you and your skills in the game. But when you lose, in a sense, you don't feel like quitting, you feel like trying again. And that's something that this game has done really well and captured that other kind of platformers and challenging gunplay games haven't.
Hold up. This is $20.
Yeah, this is $20. It's
$20 on the Microsoft Store?
Microsoft and Steam.
Steam.
It is Xbox and PC exclusive, so if you're on PS4, you will not be playing this. But I highly recommend finding a platform that allows it, because it is truly an enjoyable game in all aspects.
That is awesome. That is awesome right there. Even at its cheap market price, it definitely looks like it's worth it. I mean, let's take a look at the gameplay right here. So Ethan is in a biplane in one of these shoot 'em up kind of
It's one of the boss
areas.
fights.
Yeah,
Yeah.
one of the boss fights.
This one is like a genie guy.
Genie. All right. How are you feeling about it? How are you feeling about
This was one of the hardest fights that I've played so far.
Yeah.
This one took me maybe 50 tries. on
50?
my
Oh
own.
yeah, I will back that up. It took me a while for sure.
Definitely. It took me about 30 at least.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, then again, I was
This is
playing
the
with
hardest
an
part.
experienced pal, so it looked like it was pretty. I mean, it was pretty easy to begin with because you were able to understand the patterns and all that. But right now, it's looking like you're kind of having a tough time by just by yourself right now.
Well, I mean, granted, it might look tough because he's got 1 HP, but at the same time, he's made it to
all I
the
need.
3rd phase and moving on to the 4th. But at the same time, I know before I played, I watched gameplay and
Yeah.
I saw people progress, and I thought,
Oh,
it's
and
not
using the
that
super.
hard. But then when I finally played the game for myself, it's just such little changes that make the difference. Just like that.
Yeah.
And
So
it's
close.
not as easy as it looks,
Yeah.
for sure. Anyone who's watching who hasn't
Do you want to
played,
play one?
Yeah.
you will
I'll take
not
it. I'll play
be
around.
having a good time right away. I'll say that much. You got to stick with the game.
Definitely.
And every boss fight is multi-phased, usually 4 or 5 phases. So your first time through, it's kind of like you're trying to figure out the first phase. Once you master the first phase, though, then there's the second phase, and it just continues to get more and more difficult. Usually, if you don't make it to the final phase with at least 2 health, you're not gonna win. You're
Yeah.
not gonna beat
Right,
them.
fantastic. Well, let's take a look at some of the backgrounds
Oh,
of
yeah.
this game. Well, first of all, this is
This is a-
pretty awesome right here.
Everything that wasn't hand drawn for this game was actually hand painted. It's watercolor paint, so that goes for the map as well as the backgrounds in every situation. So I feel like that adds a really nice touch to it for sure.
Well, fantastic. Well, we're actually going to be taking a look at one of the actual levels this time around.
Oh, the running guns?
Yeah, the running guns.
Yeah.
Let's actually go with this one.
The easier one.
Yeah, the one that doesn't hurt as much.
Yeah, the Forest Follies.
For anyone who doesn't know, this game has 3 game modes in a sense. The run and gun game is a little different from the normal boss fights that CupHead offers. And then it offers 2 different variations of boss fights that come with either you're in a biplane that is completely mobile, not affected by gravity, or you're simply walking as if it were a run and gun, but in one central area fights. The run and guns, I personally didn't enjoy them that much. I thought visually they were a masterpiece, but I don't know, I just really enjoy the boss fights a lot more since I like to see the different phases.
Yeah, same. The purpose of the running guns is that you collect coins in them, which you can use to buy upgrades for your character.
Which
Also,
are near essential. I mean, you could do it with your basic gun that you see here, but this game offers a lot of different weapon variations that change your type of shot. And see, there's
Yeah.
a different variation. It's a
it's like
homing bullets.
yeah, they do not a whole lot of damage though. The other thing you see Johan doing a lot is every time you see something that's pink, you can parry that, which will give you supercharge, which are those little cards down next to your HP. Right now he has, he's fully charged, so he has his super available, which he's using right now. That was bad timing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really bad timing.
But yeah, every single boss fight, they'll shoot some sort of pink projectile.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Especially from these little mushrooms right over here. Let's see if we can get one out of this guy. Yeah. See?
Yeah, see, there's a pink
Yeah.
option.
Oh, jeez. What I don't like is how little health you have.
Yeah.
There is a perk that gives you 1 extra HP, but you do less damage. I've never used it because it doesn't sound
No.
good to me.
I
Yeah.
personally would not recommend it. I haven't used it myself, but obviously I'm the guy who studied this game immensely, and I just read up on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, I think that's as much as we can actually talk about.
Yeah, for
CupHead.
sure.
Yeah, well, we're just gonna do a quick commercial break, but thank you for being with us while we talk about our favorite game, CupHead, and we'll see you after the break. Hey there, it's back at HomeScreen. Although this isn't HomeScreen.
This is Real Talk.
This is Real Talk.
That's right. We're bringing it back.
We're bringing it back.
All right. So this week on Real Talk, I thought since it's fall season, got football really hyped up. I thought definitely we got to talk about a old-time classic from 2000. It came out. Remember the Titans. All right. Remember the Titans. If you've never heard about it, it's about a football team around the era of 1971. They came together. Both segregated school. It was a segregated school at the time, and they came together, blacks and whites, and they formed together one heck of a football team and went all the way to state. So that's pretty cool, I'd say, of how they did that, and they came together and went all the way to state, assembling together as a team.
Wow, that is a very uplifting movie, and see, it's Disney.
Yeah, that's what's even better. Some people don't even know that it's actually made by Disney. So.
Wow.
Recently, it turned 17 years old here in September, so it's starting to become actually an older movie now.
Wow.
If you don't watch this movie before finals week every semester, you're doing it wrong.
Yeah.
It's a very inspirational movie, I can say that.
Yeah. What makes it so inspirational? Like, what makes it a classic?
The speech.
Definitely Denzel Washington. He's starring in this movie, so we know from him he's always been a very upbeat guy and very firm with everything, so you can definitely see him as being a coach and being very uplifting to his team as well. But it's not only that, there's struggle and friendship being made between all the teammates, and you see that's what makes this so amazing, is that there was segregation, but you see the team coming together and then eventually the community. So it's really great to see that, because that's what football is all about at the end of the day. It's not about the game. The game is fun, but it's about having fun and bringing everybody together.
That's something. And this is Jerry Bruckheimer and their production team, right?
Yes, yeah, their production team put this together, and I'm just astounded by the work that they've done all together with this movie. It's in my top 10. Hopefully I can bring that up sometime later this season on HomeScreen.
Yeah.
But tonight, if you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend it. If you're a big football fan, remember the Titans. Go take a look at it.
Or if you need some motivation.
Or some motivation.
Or some motivation.
Definitely on that as well.
Motivation for midterms. That's how we can do that.
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think you have a quick trailer.
Yes, I have a trailer for this as well, just to get a little bit more of what Remember the Titans is all about. So here's the trailer of Remember the Titans.
You smiling. Why are you smiling?
Football's fun?
You think football is fun?
Yes, no.
No?
Certain, well, it was fun.
Not anymore, though, is it? Is it?
No, not by
No, it's not fun anymore. Not even a little bit.
Zero fun, sir.
All right.
Coach Boone's school board made the decision to put you on my staff. I did not hire you.
Well, I came up here to coach you.
I didn't ask to be assigned to your staff, so I guess we're both in a situation we don't want to be in.
If the game will play like that, we'll lose every game.
But I can guarantee you this, Coach. I come to win.
We will be perfect in every aspect of the game. Get up, boy. Get up. Get up. Get up.
We're still weak on the left side.
We're not weak on the left side.
It's not the problem.
What is the problem?
I don't need you up in my face all the
I don't care if you like each other or not, but you will respect each other.
I want you to tell me something about one of your teammates.
I'm rooming with Blue, sir. He wears those leopard-spotted underwears, bikini style, sir.
Okay, maybe somebody who's not your roommate. Each one of you will spend time every day with a different teammate.
They're gonna make a big star out. Does the term cruel and unusual punishment mean anything to you?
If you lose a game, they'll fire you. One game, just like that.
Brother, don't you know me and your mama
Went out on the
town last night? What did you say?
What happened to you? Man, I just gave your mama a piggyback ride and she weighs twice as much as I do.
What's going on?
We wanted to let you know we was going to warm up a little different tonight.
We are the Tigers, mighty Tigers. Listen, baby. Ain't no mountain high, ain't no valley low.
We're going to let these people know who's going to win state, right?
Right.
Right? Greek mythology, the Titans were greater even than the gods.
We're gonna change the way we run.
They ruled their universe with absolute power.
We're gonna change the way we block.
With football field out there tonight. That's our universe.
We're gonna change the way we win.
We don't let anything, nothing, come between us. We are kings.
We are now joined by the third member of our home screen team, Jacob.
Yeah, how's it going, Jacob?
It's going pretty well. How are you guys doing this evening?
Well, we're doing just fine. We're just doing just fine. We just watched Remembering the Titans. That's the trailer for that. We played a little bit of CupHead. We talked about the news, and now we're just gonna get into our recommendations for this evening. So first things first. I want to talk about a game called Transformers: Fall of Cybertron. Now, Transformers was a part of my childhood as a very young kid, and the fact that there were two games based on the war and fall of the Autobots and Decepticons' home planet is something that I would have never dreamed of actually being able to play through. But actually, this is a game made by fans of the franchise in High Moon Studios, and some of the original voice actors of the Transformers animated series are actually a part of it with
That's pretty cool.
some and it has some with some exceptions to the voice actor for Bumblebee, although we can always assume that.
What year is this game from?
This is from 2014 or 2015, I think. So it's pretty recent, even with its kind of graphical, not so greatness. It has the very blocky, metallic texture to it. It just got released on Steam too, so it has a texture update as well as a gameplay update.
Nice.
Especially with some of the scenes that didn't actually work, with like the stealth scene with Cliff Jumper and a segment from Grimlock's beat 'em up segment. Yeah. So right now we're just looking at like the opening stage when the Decepticons are attacking the Ark, and you can see how thematic it is a bit. But then again, we're taking little bits from the Michael Bay Transformers, while also inserting a little bit of freshness in it. We're still in the war, but it's more like an escape from Cybertron. I would like to say that would be a better title. Like Escape from Cybertron. Yes, Escape from Cybertron, but then again, you wouldn't get like the emotional impact that Fall of Cybertron has. Because this is a dying planet, and the Autobots want to go home, and the Decepticons just want to be Decepticons. They want to decept.
It kind of looks like Gears of War.
Yeah, it does.
Oh yeah, definitely the whole kind of over-the-shoulder first-person shooter aspect. And are there any DLC or like downloadable content for the?
There is, but it's more of there is a multiplayer not a campaign, but more like a multiplayer mode, which allows you to create your own Transformer, like from multiple templates. Like you want to be a Decepticon, you could be a Decepticon. You could be an Autobot. Nice. And then you can have like vehicles. You could be a dinosaur. You could be a Dinobot, or you could be a plane.
Nice.
It's a lot of variety across the board, and as it went around, it's just a lot of variety, and you should get the game when you can get it on sale, on the summer sale or on the winter sale.
Cool.
But enough about that. Let's talk about your game.
All right, I can't wait to introduce this. I've been playing many hours into it, and as we can see here, I'll be talking about Fallout tonight, which released 20 years ago on September 30th. And actually, on Steam, it was free for the 20th anniversary. Sadly, that has ended, and now it's $10. But if you were one of the lucky ones, like I was, you could have purchased it for free and really have seen the origin of what the Fallout series has really become.
All right, so let's take a look at this. I've played Fallout before with Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 3 and Fallout 4.
Absolutely.
But what makes this Fallout so different from those first-person Bethesda games?
Well, as you can absolutely see here, the whole inventory system with your entire inventory being on sort of the left side, scrolling through a vertical list, as well as you can obviously tell that it's not sort of a first-person shooter, but rather a more RPG-style tile RPG, where you move around by clicking where your character wants to go, as well as even, as we might see later, the whole combat aspect where you only have a certain amount of energy, as you can see by the AP in the corner there, to either move, attack, or really do anything. Like as we can see here is that he was showing, as they're showing here, is that he's actually attacking the cave rat over there, sort of thing. So
so we actually have more of a first, like not a first person, but rather a second person.
It's like a it's like a fourth person view where you're kind of like on the outside looking down on all the action, everything like that.
Like Diablo-esque.
Yes, that's a great way of putting it. Exactly.
Yeah, this definitely has a dungeon crawler kind of thing, but a little bit more sci-fi, modern, like sci-fi speculative fiction kind of thing.
Yes, it's very interesting, and actually, I was actually looking up the other games that came around this time, 1997, and this was actually one of the biggest computer releases to come out for its PC port and everything like that. So
really,
I find that very impressive. So it's kind of a PC game of the year aspect to itself. So.
Oh, well, thank you for telling us about Fallout, man. That's really something. Yeah, and thank you for joining us here on HomeScreen.
Oh,
thanks so much.
Yeah,
nice seeing you guys again.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think that's gonna wrap things up, man. That's what we're just here talking about games, and we're really excited to see all these new faces and all these new games. But hopefully, we'll be the same show, right, Ethan?
Oh. Yeah, thanks so much to Jacob, Josh, and Aaron for joining us tonight.
Yeah, and hopefully we'll see them more again soon as we continue the season. But right now, I think we should say good night and good games, everybody.
Good games.